Hi everyone, my name is Ogochukwu Obina and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be talking about 15 empowering and practical things we girlies can do this year to make this year 2025 our best one yet. Now you'll be wondering why I'm having this conversation now because we're heading into the second month of the year, but I see that some of you haven't taken any steps yet to make this one your best one ever. Like why? Why aren't you doing things to make this year your best one yet? Okay, so without wasting much time, let's get right into it. And I promise you, these tips will be very helpful and useful if you apply them. Let's go. Unlike what most people believe, manifestation isn't about wishful thinking or daydreaming. It's essentially aligning your actions, your mindset, and your habits with the kind of life that you desire. If this is the kind of topic that resonates with you, stick with me to the end because you don't want to miss the last tip I will share. Number one, learn high value skills. Like the world is waiting for what you have to offer. People are not interested in your story. People are not interested in you as a person. They want to know how you can solve their problems or how what you have or what you know can benefit them. So learn high value skills this year and you see that it will take you a very long way. High value skills could be skills like project management. It could be skills like public speaking. This one is very important. Public speaking, coaching, and all sorts of, even if it's cybersecurity skills, whatever high value skills are in trend at a given moment, find them out, tap into it, and position yourself to offer it to the world. And you see that it will take you places. Number two, I strongly recommend that you start to take risks. Like, am I even talking if I don't mention this point? Like, growth happens outside of your comfort zone. So you have to put yourself out there and, pursue that thing that you think you deserve. Now, you're going to be doing it afraid. You're going to be doing it unsure. But if you don't do it, you'll never know. So go out there, take those risks. And when I say risk, I mean calculated risk, girlies. Calculated. Like, don't do something crazy and say, oh, God told me to do it. No, don't do it. So you think about what you want to do, research properly, and then put yourself out there and go get what you believe you deserve. Remember, fortune favors the brave. Next, I recommend that you focus on financial literacy. I wish someone had sat me down in my 20s to tell me this. As women, whether you know it or not, we are still a minority in the workplace, in most spaces. So we have to understand money. Understanding money is key to financial freedom. We have to learn to budget, to save, to invest, and to make sensible financial choices for ourselves and the next generation. On to the next point. I also recommend that you embrace lifelong learning. Invest in yourself. Take courses. Keep reading. Keep sucking in that knowledge. You never know when it will come in handy. Now, I'm not saying become a sponge for all sorts of nonsense. You have to be very selective of what you let into your mind, what you allow yourself see or read. But keep learning. Keep learning. Like, it makes you a well-rounded person. And when the time comes, you'd be surprised at how you are able to jump on opportunities because you know a little about this and that. Embrace lifelong learning. Next, build a support system. Like, girl, who's going to gas you up when you're down? Who? Who? You need your friends. So surround yourselves with people you aspire to be like. Surround yourselves with like minds. Now, when I say like minds, I don't mean people who are in the phase that you want to leave. You have to surround yourself with people who are forward thinking, forward looking, people who are already at the place you want to be, or people who want to go on this journey with you. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who will gas you up, who will motivate you whenever you're down. Remember, you are a sum of the 5 people you speak with or relate the most to. Make sure those people are quality people. Okay, now I want you to learn to forgive. Now you'd be wondering how this relates to manifesting yourself. But when you're able to forgive yourself of past mistakes and also forgive people who have hurt you in one way or the other, you find that you are lighter and are able to pursue things or focus your mind on things that actually matter. Bitter people don't progress because it feels like they're always carrying baggage. Like they're just angry, they're hurt, their mind is constantly dwelling on things that hurt them. Once you are able to forgive yourself, forgive others, and just move on, you're free. You feel free enough to, channel your energy towards things that will benefit you. So forgive. This next point I cannot stress enough. Build your confidence. And if you are not new to this channel, you would have heard me mention this one way or the other. Build your confidence. Confidence can get you in the door and your content will keep you in it. But if you lack confidence, no one is going to see you. Incompetent but very loud people are recognized more than very confident, quiet people. Advocate for yourself, speak for yourself, put yourself out there, be confident, okay? In this 2025, I don't want to say, okay, I'm just going to say, we are taken by force. We're taking everything that we deserve by force. So put yourself out there confidently. Be proud of who you are as a person. Know that you deserve to be in this place, to take up space. Be confident. You will be surprised the doors that will open to you because you dared to confidently ask. Be confident. My next point would be invest in self-care. Now, self-care isn't selfish and it doesn't have to be so expensive. It shouldn't break the bank. Look for that thing that recharges you. Is it, taking a moment to Netflix and chill? Is it, having a nail care routine, skin care routine, whatever it is? Take a break, love yourself, do things that make you feel good, and then go back out there and present your best self and chase that bag and get what you believe you deserve. Care for yourself. Next, I want you to set healthy boundaries. This one, it might sound like it's not important, but it's one of the most important points in this talk. Set healthy boundaries, protect your energy, learn how to say no. In fact, I preach that you should be quicker to say no than say yes. Protect your energy. It saves you a lot of headache in the long run. And to be honest, the way you treat yourself is how people will treat you, and the way you allow them to treat you is how they will treat you. Now, if everybody knows that you're a people pleaser, you can't say no, a lot of people will take advantage of you, whether they want to or not. And it's just human nature. You can't blame people for their actions, but you should blame yourself for how you react to it. So you have to set boundaries so that you can, be able to take some time back to care for yourself. Okay? Set boundaries. Very important. Personally, I used to be one of those people who would, want to help out by all means. I found it really hard to say no. And even when I said no, I would sit down and think about, oh, I must have hurt this person's feelings, or this person would feel bad and would hate me. And, just sit down and waste precious time, worrying about how I said no, if I can change my mind to say yes, how the person will feel. That's a waste of time and energy. If you want to help out, you help out. If you want to do something, you do it. If you want to get something, you get it. But if it will not serve you, and or it would interfere with your peace of mind or your time, or you see that you'll be stretching yourself too thin, please don't do it. And make the other person understand why you have reached that decision. And if they don't want to understand, that's absolutely fine. Okay, that's not on you. Next, communicate clearly. Like, no one knows what's going on in that beautiful head of yours. If you don't communicate, then how will they know? And it's one thing to communicate, and it's one thing for the person to understand. So when I say communicate clearly, I mean communicate such that that other person understands you. Break it down to their level. I find that poor communication has ruined so many relationships, whether marriages, relationship with colleagues, relationship with even, your kids, relationship with friends. So communicate clearly. I find that when you're able to communicate your needs and wants, you're more likely to get them. Okay. So communicate, communicate, communicate. I cannot overemphasize this one. My next point would be for you to spend quality time with your friends and loved ones. Now, you might be wondering how this adds to manifesting yourself, but I find that when we have beautiful memories to cling to, we are able to, trudge on even in difficult times. So I strongly recommend that we try to disconnect, especially from our phones, and actively talk and listen to your family, play with your kids in the park, have coffee time with your friends. But in all you do, just be present, enjoy the moment, you know that keeps you connected. And when you're connected, you're able to focus on the things that matter. You're able to have productive conversations. You're able to add value to yourself. And even if, the value added to you is not, in quote, going to produce any, tangible benefits, at least you hold on to the beautiful memories. So disconnect from the outside world and spend quality time with the people that matter. Okay, I see that you're still here, and if you're still here, thank you very much for staying with me. So my next point would be to declutter your space. I find that a cluttered space is typically a reflection of a cluttered mind, and this one in particular, as in I'm speaking to myself as well, because I find that I tend to start one thing, leave it, move on to the next thing, leave it, and then I eventually end up with some bit of clutter around me. And then I find that I then become upset for no reason because I'm like, who made all this mess? Of course, I was one who made the mess. And then it starts to interfere with my thought flow because, like, I'm looking at this thing, looking at that thing, instead of focusing on just my screens when I'm working or focusing on whatever task I'm doing. The clutter just, divides my attention, right? And this bit I'm actively working on. And I recommend that you declutter your space so that you're able to think clearly, without any disturbance. Okay? Try it out. This particular one I should have mentioned much earlier in my list, but I would say you should start your day with intentions. Have a morning routine. Whether you want to start your day by journaling, by praying, by writing down a to-do list, whatever way you choose, start your day intentionally. I believe that, or I know that starting your day with intention, sets the tone for the rest of the day. I like to start my day by praying, and after I pray, I get out my phone to put down my list for the day. Now, for work, I typically like have a to-do list on my desk that I fill out as soon as I start my day at my desk. But for my personal life, right after I pray, I go onto my list and add things I need to achieve for that day to my list. And if I have things from the day before that I didn't get to do, I add them onto my today's list, prioritize them, and then take it up from there. Starting your day with intention makes you more, you know, for lack of a better word, more focused on your day. You have laser vision on what to do and what not to do, what to do first and what to do last. So try this out. It's really, really helpful. I find that when I write this list, I am not only able to track what I used my time for, but I'm also able to, get a whole lot more done. So start your day with intention. Have a morning routine. Next, I recommend that you practice gratitude. And if you have watched any of my other videos, you would have heard me say this time and again. Practice gratitude. I know that gratitude shifts the mind from one of lack to one of abundance. Like when you're thankful for all the little things and take the time to, appreciate those little things, write them down, look at them. Having a mind of thankfulness actually attracts, more blessings. So you'd have more reasons to give thanks. And I recommend keeping a gratitude journal so that when you write these things down, you can always go back to them to say, oh, So I actually achieved this thing on so dates, and that must have been good. So you have this very huge list of things you're grateful for. Practice gratitude. Be thankful for the little things, the big things, and everything in between. My last and final point of this series would be celebrate small wins. And now you'd be wondering, how does this help me manifest my best self in the year? When you celebrate small wins, it's just similar to, you know, practicing gratitude. You see that you have so much to be thankful for. And with that positive mindset, you are able to pursue even more things and have more reasons to be thankful. I've seen this kind of thing play out in people's lives. Some people are like, oh, it's just graduation. Am I not meant to graduate at this time of my life? Like, celebrate it. Celebrate it. It would attract even more, graduations, better pay, better people into your lives. It makes life feel more enjoyable when you celebrate these things. Okay? Try it out. So there you have it. 15 things you can do to manifest your best self in this new year. And now I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but like little drops of water make a mighty ocean. These little tips go a long way, especially if you're doing all of these things at the same time. If you found these tips helpful, please let me know. And if you'd also like a part two of this, also let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more personal growth tips. And even more importantly, I'd like for you to let me know in the comments what tips you'd like for me to share in my next video. Remember, you're capable of amazing things, and I believe that this year will be your best one yet. See you in the next video.